Hi, I'm Mr. Diedrich. I'm one of the art teachers here at AHS, and we are so very happy to present to you our visiting artist, Jerzy Drozd. Let's give him a round of applause. Jerzy is here visiting us today on behalf of a very generous grant from the Ohio Arts Council in conjunction with the Ohio Alliance for Arts Education. If you've ever enjoyed an art or music theater, dance event in Ohio, there's a really good chance they had something to do with it, and they definitely have something to do with this, so thank you to them. I'm going to let Jerzy take it away because I'm boring and he's very exciting. Jerzy, Mike is yours.
Thanks. Hi everybody. My name is Jerzy Drozd. I'm a cartoonist and teaching artist, which is to say a person who makes comic books and graphic novels and then teaches people how to make comic books and graphic novels. And we're going to play a game called Super Comics Challenge. It's a bunch of drawing games where you, the audience, are going to be participating with some exciting young artists. Let's meet them now. First up, we've got Scarlett W. Scarlett, here comes me. Cross the stage so we can get a good look at the contestant. And then I have a question for you, Scarlett. What is one thing that nobody in this room knows about you?
I have 4 extra bones in my body.
Do you want to give me more detail on that, or just want to leave it hanging as a mystery as to where the bones are? Okay. Are they above the shoulders? Okay.
No, they are in my feet.
Oh, so we got the answer after all. All right, another round of applause for Scarlett. Thank you for being here. Next up, we've got Riley C. Yeah! Riley, what is one thing that nobody in this room could possibly have guessed about you?
I'm wanted in at least 45 states.
You do know this is being videotaped?
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody watching on TV right now, please keep it under your hats. So thank you. Another round for Riley. Another round of applause for Riley. And last but not least, Landon D. Landon, I'm curious, what's one thing everybody here knows about you?
Everybody here knows about me? I'm very indecisive. I'll tell you what, though. Nobody knows about me. I'm secretly a lizard in a trench coat.
Wow, I've never seen that's how you know, because of the sound that you made. Also, I've never seen a trench coat cut like this. Where would you get a trench coat like that?
Lizards Plus.
Lizards Plus on the corner of Main and Euclid. Okay. Thank you. Another round of applause for Landon. Alright. Now comes the part where I'm going to be asking the audience a few questions. You have to be honest, and also, before you raise your hand, there's a possibility you could be on camera today if you are chosen. So I have 3 game cards for people who are going to participate in some of the games. And I'm only going to give the game cards to people who can honestly answer this question. First, who here has helped somebody when they needed it most? Who feels like they're that kind of person? And can say it with absolute honesty. Okay, there you go. You helped somebody when they needed it most, so you have the helper card. Okay, now I need somebody who likes scary movies. There's a lot of enthusiasm on that one. Okay, but be prepared. I'm going to ask you what scary movie it is, and it better not be The Conjuring. Oh, there's hands are still up. Okay, nothing wrong with The Conjuring. It's fine. All right, so here we go. You like scary movies? All right, and then lastly, here's the hard one. We are teenagers. We are nothing but sacks of skin with boiling feelings. I'm going to ask for...
Or scales.
Or scales, depending on who we're talking to. Who here has a secret crush? A crush that nobody else knows about. You won't have to reveal it, but everybody's going to know that you have a secret crush. Oh, I found somebody in the back row. Here we go. Simon has a secret crush, everybody.
My secret crush.
Okay, please stay in your seats. I will call you up later on. Our first round of games, the first one is called Awesome Animals. So I'm going to ask the audience to tell me some awesome animals. And I only call people who raise their hand, who speak quietly. I don't call people who shout at me or burn at me or make weird animal noises at me. I only call people who say I'm a civilized human being who would like to contribute to this conversation in a meaningful fashion. I know, but I'm an arts instructor too. And so part of my job is to ruin your fun. So, who here has an awesome animal? Right here. Yes?
Leopard gecko.
A leopard gecko. I need one more. Axolotl leopard gecko. Okay, so Scarlett, you have the axolotl leopard gecko. Please write that on the top of your page. I need two more, well actually four more in the end, but I need two for Riley. So give me one. The Diplodocus, is that what you're trying to say? The long-necked dinosaur? Not to be pedantic, but excuse me, it's Diplodocus. Yes, okay. Whatever fills my sippy cup is what was the order of the day. Okay, so you got a Diplodocus, and I need one more. A what? A shrimp. A shrimp and a Diplodocus. Put those please on the top of your page there, Riley. You can put dinosaur, but not a winged one. The Diplodocus and... or you could, if you want to hack the game, you can switch it to a Deinonychus. Oh, okay. So, last, we need two more. We need two for Landon. Let's give him something super easy so he can win the round. So, how about right here?
Beaver.
A beaver. And one more.
A pleco.
A what?
Pleco, like the fish, like the little sucker fish.
Oh, a little sucker fish. Planko? Is that what they're called?
Pleco.
Pleco? Okay. So, beaver, pleco. Okay, now... One more round of input from the audience. What is a pleco?
It's like the little sucker fish that you would get like for your aquarium.
Oh, is those little catfish-looking things?
They're black and they have a flat bottom, and then they have really sharp sides.
Well, also, you could just draw what happens in your head when you hear the word pleco. Okay, I need three jobs for these characters. These characters are going to be merged together into some kind of cool occupation. Try to think of a really cool occupation or a really weird occupation. Something for them to do all the time. Let's get one for Scarlett. What do we got? A barista. So you're going to make a barista? And? A clown. Your dinosaur shrimp is going to be a clown. Fresh out of clown college. Okay, and?
A pirate.
A pirate. So a beaver, pleco, pirate. How much time do you think is fair to give them to do this? 30 seconds? That's just being mean. I was going to say, how about 2 minutes? Does 2 minutes sound fair? Okay, so everybody, artists at your marks. When the music starts, you will begin in 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. So now I'm curious, as I see Landon starting, I'm noticing that there's like a smooth motion and sort of a confidence that's happening here. I'm not seeing that sort of agonized arched over the paper trying to get every line right. What happens if you get a wrong line, Landon? What do?
You draw where you actually want to go and just forget about the line that you forget about the line that you up on.
But you see, I'm a perfectionist. I can't do that. What's your advice for me?
Well, sucks to suck. You're working it in.
So live with what you got is what I'm hearing there. Okay, let's check in with Scarlett real quick. Scarlett, what I'm seeing is you are drawing parts of the character before you draw the entire body. Can you actually see the entire body of the character before you're drawing, or are you just guessing?
It's a bit of both, honestly.
What percentage of each? Like 50%, 50%, 30-70, 60-40, 20-10?
Yes.
All of those. All right. And let's see how we doing on time. We are about at the halfway mark, everybody. We've got about 60 seconds left, so let's see what Riley has to say about the clown shrimp dinosaur. What is the clown holding in their hand there?
He's got one of those little claw things because, he's got really tiny arms. He needs some leverage.
Is that a robotic arm on this character?
Yeah.
So you added a cyborg element as well. Now, what decision happens in your head when you're deciding to add your own flair to a work that's commissioned by an audience?
Just trying to personalize it. Think of what would be fun and interesting.
So making it fun for yourself, is that something you could do in freelance art? I didn't know that. And time. All right, contestants, please put your markers down. And now we're going to vote with applause. The louder the applause, the bigger the win. So we're going to vote for, let's hear it. How do we feel about Scarlett's axolotl leopard gecko barista? Perfunctory applause at best. A mild showing for Scarlett's. All right, let's hear it for Riley's dinosaur shrimp clown. A little stronger. Scarlett, I don't know how this is going to turn out. And finally, let's hear it for Landon's beaver pleco pirate. All right, Landon is going to take the round, but I'm only going to award 10 points because you said it sucks to suck. So 10 points there for Landon, and now it's as if my pen knew that I was giving you a hard time, that it suddenly exploded on me. So 10 to Landon, not Blandon. All right, so let's just.
Lizards that I know.
All right, so let's do, I think it might be time to bring up our 3 audience members. So whoever has a card, please come up to the stage. We're going to do Halloween costumes. So the 3 contestants are going to stand next to, so you will stand next to Landon, you will stand next to Riley, and Simon, you're going to stand next to Scarlett. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to tell your artist what you want to dress as for Halloween this year. Ready, set, go. Quick conference. Okay, contestants, are you ready? Okay. Here we go. So, you are going to flip your pages, get a new page. You're going to draw your client. This is client work where you have to draw what they want you to draw. You're going to draw them in their Halloween costume. But here's the trick. There's an extra spin. Each one of them has a card with a different theme. You have to incorporate the theme of their card. So in the case of Simon, you have to incorporate a secret crush somehow. Right? In the case of yours, yes, you have to be involved, you have to look especially helpful in your drawing. And yours has to involve horror of some kind. Okay? So, how much time do you think is fair for this one, everybody? 3 or 4 minutes? We feel like 4 minutes? Alright, well, I'll tell you what, we'll start with 3 minutes and see how far that gets us. Artists, are you ready? Yeah. At your places, on your marks, get set, and go! Now this is one of the trickiest bits of business in the arts, is you're trying to draw for yourself and you're trying to draw for somebody else. You're trying to capture their vision. And you can see Landon's checking in with the client, doing a little bit of confirming what the client actually wants. Because there's an element of service and an element of expression that's happening here. So, I'm going to check in with Scarlett real quick. You started with Simon's face. Now, I'm wondering if you can tell me a little bit about your plan for this drawing.
Hot dog.
What was it again?
Hot dog.
So Landon wants to be a hot dog or just likes hot dogs?
Yes.
Both to both. So, okay, question. Ketchup, mustard, or relish, Simon?
Ketchup, just ketchup.
So just classic ketchup on your hot dog. And I'm curious, did you at all discuss what the vibe of Landon's expression would be, or is this something where you kind of felt like you were welcome to take the lead, Scarlett?
Well, the theme was crush, so I'm gonna draw someone who's crushing on.
Oh, you're gonna draw something crushing on on Simon.
He's crushing on them.
Okay. So that's what it's a blushing expression like you find in Beautiful Boy comics. I got it. Okay, so over here we'll check in with Riley. Riley, what is the plan for this one?
He's a teacher. It's a horse guy. Yep.
Yeah, was horse guy teacher what you said you wanted to be for Halloween?
BoJack Horseman.
BoJack Horseman teacher for Halloween. Okay, and then you're making it a teacher because she's helpful. Oh, okay, I see. So I wonder if you can tell me about, you're doing a more symmetrical drawing. I wonder if you're trying to do this, and you can take credit for this if you want, that the symmetry implies balance, stability, and care. Is that what you're doing?
Yep, he's got his life together.
Wink to the audience. All right, and finally, Landon, I'm wondering what's happening here. If you can tell me a little bit more about, there's lots of sketch lines. I'm appreciating how loose you're keeping your drawings.
Yes, so my client wanted to be the Headless Horseman for Halloween. So what I'm doing is, do you know those costumes where it's like, it looks like you're riding a dinosaur, but it's just like an inflatable thing? That's kind of what I'm going for with this. Lily's head is non-existent, covered up by a ski mask, and their legs are going to be the secondary legs for the horse, and they're inflatable legs that give the impression that the horse is ridden for Halloween. So,
Can I check in with Lily on this? Excuse me. Oh, you haven't looked at it. You're waiting for these. Oh, so are you the kind of person who likes surprises?
In this case, yes.
Okay. All right. Your time is up, contestants. A round of applause for our contestants and all the courage they displayed today. All right. Now I'm going to say, first round. I want you to give a point value between 1 and 5. 5 being awesome, 1 being it's fine, it's mid. For all of your commissioned artists. So start with Lily.
Like a 6.1.
Whoa, 6.1 to Landon. Okay. And then I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Amber,
Amber. What would you give on a scale of 1 to 5 for a BoJack Horseman teacher?
absolutely a 5.
Wow, very pleased clients. We're all winning today. Okay, finally Simon.
4.9.
Oh, 4.9. Is there any reason why you deducted that point?
I don't know who that banana is.
So negative 1/10 of a point for ambiguity. Is that what you're telling me?
I think so. Honestly, the laser eyes are pretty cool. I don't think that's the intention behind it. I do like that, but that banana, I'm just not sure who that's supposed to be. That's true.
Okay, so it's secret, but love is like a laser, or at least it can be. All right, so let me stop the music real quick. We don't need to listen to Mario anymore. Let's vote with applause. They got their point values from their clients, but let's hear what the audience has to say. Who votes for Landon's Headless Horseman? There was some zhuzh in there, but it was mild. All right, let's hear what people have to say about Riley's BoJack Horseman. A little stronger showing. But I wonder if love can conquer all. And let's hear how everybody feels about Scarlett's. Scarlett takes the round, but I'm going to deduct a point because Simon didn't like it as much as other people like theirs. So Scarlett, I'm going to give you 9 points for that. Okay, so artists, you are all going to shift over 1. So Landon, I want you to go over to Scarlett's board. Scarlett, you're going to come over to Riley's. Riley's, you're going to come over to Landon's. Guest contestants, you're going to stay where you are. So now, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to confer with one another about something that you are hyper nerdy about, that you feel a little awkward about everybody in this room knowing about. So if you're like, I super love NASA and I wish I could talk about it, but nobody will listen to me, that kind of thing. Whatever, if I had the misfortune to ask you what's so great about warrior cats anyway, you would go, and not stop talking for 7 minutes. And you feel like nobody sees you this way. This is a moment where the artist is going to see you. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds on the clock, ready, set, go, confer.
Dedication. I need my ankles. I won't fall, I'll be fine.
All right. Are you ready? All artists, do you feel like you're well equipped in order to do a good job drawing the elements that they shared with you in the background around them as a character in this drawing? No? You're not ready? Who here feels like I'm sitting in a little bit of a puddle of ambiguity and I don't know how this is going to go? That is exactly the right space to be when you're making art. That means you're about to make something incredible. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 minutes to add those elements to the background. When the music starts, you will go... Actually, you're going to have 3 minutes, 24 seconds because I have a heart as big as this auditorium. Ready, set, go. No, same page. Draw it on the same page. You're drawing around the previous drawing. Oh. Now, Lily, I noticed this time you're watching.
A little variety of those ones.
Good.
Okay, sometimes one of the guys, sometimes I want to see the thing happen. Okay.
So I definitely don't want this to play out.
I'm curious. We'll let Riley do Riley's thing, but what is Riley doing? We're going to let the art speak for itself in this case. But immediately I'm thinking it's like something to do with Slenderman and Cthulhu. Like, It's Slenderman fanfic where Slenderman has Cthulhu tentacles while you're going trick-or-treating. Well, I still see that when I close my eyes, everybody. Okay, so what are we adding over here? Oh, this, I could be wrong, but this looks like Brigsby Bear. Is that who?
I like your face paint, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
We'll let Riley cook, and let's check in with Landon now. And what are we doing here? What's the objective? What's the plan?
So my client was a nerd for both Sweden and robotics. So what we're doing is we're making a mechanized Swedish ambassador.
Oh wow! And so you add the circuitry to Simon's face. So he's not just simply mechanized. He's like fully cyborged out now. Yes. So if I could check Simon, what would be the robot appendage you would most want and keep it school friendly?
Okay, important distinction. Jetpack.
So like a jetpack growing out of your back.
Yeah.
Okay, and where would you go with your jetpack? That's where you want to go when you have a jetpack, everybody. Okay, so we have about a minute left. Let's see what other details we can add. There's always time to add more details, everybody. And now, am I seeing like a crying child in the background?
Jesus Christ.
The kid doesn't want to be here.
Okay, they don't want to be trick-or-treating with the Headless Horseman and Tentacled Slenderman.
Yeah, they know who that one is.
They don't know who that one is? All right, y'all, you got about 30 seconds remaining. Clients, this is your chance to say, oh, could you just change one more thing for me? I'm sure it's easy and fun for you to make one more change. I'm curious what you just drew that is making everybody so happy over here.
It's supposed to be the Family Guy.
Could you say it?
When characters fall in Family Guy, they all fall the same way on the ground.
All right. Okay, that's time, everybody. So artists, please put your pens down. Let's do one more round of point allocation from the clients. So how do you feel about how this has all come together?
This is like my favorite thing I've ever seen.
So on 1 to 5, what would you give it?
Like a 5.
5, right on the money. That's what you want to hear. So you're gonna get your second half of your payment in the mail. Okay, how do you feel about this one?
It's fabtabulous. Like, I'm giving 50% tip.
Wow, I didn't know you could tip freelance illustrators. Is that a thing? Is that new?
Just me.
Oh, wow. This is the person you want to work for, everybody. Wow. Okay, so we've got a 50% tip, so that's like 5.5. And finally, Simon.
This is 5 out of 5 smackaroos. This is 100%.
Wow, okay, so I guess this is going to fall on you, audience, to see who is the winner of this round. Okay, let's start with Landon's cyborg hot dog ambassador with a secret crush and love lasers. Still kind of a mild showing for you.
I feel like if there was an explanation that I'd get more applause.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, well, Simon went to Halloween as a hot dog, right? And he met up with his crush. His crush just broke it to him that he hates Sweden, which Simon is an ambassador for. And so Simon absolutely obliterated because his crush just completely destroyed everything that he's about, turns into a cyborg, flies up in the sky and starts throwing Swedish meatballs at his crush.
Wow, that is heartbreaking. That's like Disney Channel heartbreaking. I don't even know what I gotta sit and process this after.
It's based on a real experience I've had.
Wow, throwing meatballs at people is a real experience.
Oh,
yeah.
Not the meatballs.
Oh, that was artistic embellishment. Okay. So now, how do we vote for it now? Knowing the tragedy of the story. That was Sorry, Landon. It was a heroic effort, though. Okay, so Scarlett, do you have a story that you want to tell with this, or?
Freddy Fat Bear.
That is the story, beginning, middle, and end. Freddie. Okay, so let's vote for Freddie and BoJack Horseman and Chica.
Oh my God!
That was 4 oh my gods and an oh my lord. That's like a whole new ranking in cheering. Okay. Yeah, it is a whole new religion. Wow. I'll pick up your papers outside of the auditorium. Okay, so, and finally, we're going to vote for Riley. Riley, did you have a story that you wanted to tell?
Sure. They went trick-or-treating, and then this guy just, like, showed up. And they're, like, in the middle of the woods. They, like, got completely off track.
That feels like it could be a multi-million-dollar movie, the way you described it. I think you just gave the vision.
2018, they did make a Slenderman movie. They didn't do well in theaters, but they did make a Slenderman.
Look, in case anybody is wondering and wants to go out and find it. Okay, we're going to vote for Riley's. Well, I think Scarlett took it because of all the extra oh my gods. So, Scarlett, I'm going to give you 2 more points, bringing you up to 11. Riley's still at 0, and Landon is at 10. We'll see what we do with one more round. Okay.
This game show is rigged.
All right, so guest contestants, I'm going to ask you to stick around for one more round. I hope you're good with words, because you are going to be doing some describing to the artist. So I'm going to ask you to step with your back to the audience. I'm going to give you a drawing. Oh, you have to step away so the artist can't see. The artist, turn to face your boards, please. Turn it. Yep, guest contestants, come up. If you really... Take 3 steps forward, each of you. Okay, now you're going to turn around, and I'm going to give you a drawing. You have to describe the drawing to them without telling them what it is. Yeah, we need a new sheet for this. So you are not to tell them what you're looking at. You can only describe what you're looking at. You can't say the thing's name or what species it is or what it's from. You can't say that. All you can say is what shapes you see with your eyes. And they have to draw what they hear you say. Okay? So you can step closer to them to tell them, but you cannot show it to them, and you can't say what it is. Okay? So for this round, and this is training us to think of a good client. A good client says what's in their head in a clear way that the artist can translate to the paper. So if you say, like, make it cooler, that doesn't really help an artist, does it? Okay, are you ready? I'm going to give you 2.5 minutes to start, and we'll see where we go from there. Ready, set, go.
Actually, a crescent at the very top. Make it circular.
This round, I don't want to interrupt anybody, because there's a lot of communication happening here.
Stemming from the center of it.
The mouth is like a movie, so you're gonna just draw a body like around it. There's no like actual body to it. It's just just around the mouth. It's focused around the mouth. There's gonna be 2 sub-circles for the eyes on top. So can you look at
Something like that.
Yes, that completes the head. So from there,
And that's clear communication. Let's see what's happening over with Simon.
side they're long and thin. What's that?
I'm just asking, I just want to capture some of your description.
Yeah, there's 2 long and thin arms that are very flowy and organic like the rest of it. And no fingers or anything, but from there's a torso that comes down from the head that has almost like a cape, but nothing else. No feet or anything.
And let's check in over here.
I said draw a circle with parts coming off of it, and she knew what it was. I know Pokemon, okay? I love Pokemon. It looks like a bacteria.
There's a
Well,
little bit more flowiness.
almost at the end, everybody. Oh, let's see what we got. About 60 seconds left.
Make it small.
Small. Yeah, you're good. And then the little circles inside. Yeah. And then there's 2
Now, when we
they're
grade
short,
these, are
tiny
we
little
grading for
lips.
accuracy
But then the
or
hands
for
are like
interpretation?
long.
That would be an interesting new twist we can add to the games. You're at 20 seconds, everybody. contestants. Whew, this is like work. This isn't a game anymore. So the two of you, I wonder if we can interview you both about, first of all, you want to show Riley what she was drawing? Okay. So tell me about what it was like for both of you. Riley, what was it like for you to have to like follow instruction without knowing what exactly you were drawing?
Trying to just like imagine a lot. Like, I have like a weird photographic memory, but like I have to look at it first, so I can't just like conjure it. I don't know. Would
you say that like you like to lean towards a visual modality when you're learning something?
I like looking at things before.
That's the more real way of saying what I was trying to say. Okay, so how do you feel about how it turned out?
I realized a lot of my definitions of things do not match with other people's, and is sometimes the complete opposite, so it was fun to find out.
It's almost like each of us has our own perspective that we're operating out of, and perhaps we have to be careful and clear about how we communicate with other people and understand that they can't see what's in our head, right? Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Wow, I think we all grew a little bit today. Okay. All right, Scarlett.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Really good, because I know the Pokemon. It's coughing, I think.
Yeah.
Because wheezing is the one with 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so as soon as they said like circle with farts, I immediately knew what it was.
I see. Okay, so circle with farts is the way to give art direction for drawing different Pokemon characters. Okay, I'm glad we got to a scatological area today. I mean, I don't feel like this game show is complete unless we make one fart joke. Oh,
We're good.
okay, good. How do you feel about, like, how was it for you to describe the details to your artist?
I said 2 details and she just went ahead, but now he looks angry instead of happy.
Oh.
He's Rosane.
Yes. Yeah, they're, see, that's actually not farts, that's all Riz that's ejecting from his body. All right, so, Simon, how was it for you?
This was a life-changing experience, to say the least. So, I don't know how to describe Pokemon. That's not something I do every day. So, I don't know. I started off just by saying it was an organic, flowy shape with thin, long arms, and I tried my best. It's hard to describe something like this. I think we got the hardest out of all these.
Oh, you did.
Because it's, as Landon said, it's rigged. It's against him. And we clearly have the best drawing.
Well, I have to admit that when I met Landon this morning, when I found out how accomplished he is already, I compared him to my 18-year-old self, and I immediately felt small. So this is my petty way of getting revenge against Landon for being so awesome when I was not at such a young age. So Landon, if you could tell me a little bit about your experience, like what was it like hearing the words and trying to translate them?
Well, I will say, going off of the bat and like right off the bat saying like organic flowy objects definitely helped a little bit more with the like putting it all together. Realizing now that it was supposed to be Gardevoir, I think that I will never get a job with the Pokemon company.
I did it! I made him feel small like I felt today! All right! Okay, so now bearing in mind all the lessons we learned today, that's what I want us to vote on. Not on accuracy necessarily, but on like who grew the most as a person today. That's what I want our applause to reflect on. So let's start with Landon and Simon. Oh, you got a big champion in the back row.
Those are petty claps.
It's perfunctory. It's just like, oh yes, you tried. You know, you did your best after all. Yeah, welcome to the world of professional arts. That's most of what you get. So
glad I got real world experience doing this.
Okay, let's vote for Scarlett. Wow, you both did some serious drawing today, and the audience knows it. Finally, we're going to vote for Riley's. Riley, I think you took the round, and I'm going to give you an extra 2 points for giving us one to grow on. So you're going to get 12 points there. So we got Landon is at 10, Riley's at 12, and Scarlett is at 11. It is a close match. Okay, so artists, will you please pull up your previous drawing, and I want you to both sign the piece that you worked on and give it to the guest contestant. So this is your keepsake, your takeaway item as a prize and a thank you for participating today. And so Riley, you need to go sign your other one too. And Landon, you'll need to sign your other one. And yeah, Scarlett, you're gonna sign both. Everybody's gonna sign 2 because you worked on 2. This is a good feeling, yes, when you get to have a piece of art. So you can take it off the flip chart now and give it to your guest contestant, and they can take it home with them and tell all their friends. Beautiful. All right, guest contestants, you can return to your seats now. Okay, so I think we are at final round. Yes, we are indeed. We are at final round, everybody. So all artists are going to need a new sheet of paper.
Up higher, sorry. 3, 2, 1.
This last round, and this is where I get to lean into my purview as an adult, because adults always get to be drab, boring, and wholesome, because we want what's best for you. Because this round is called Good Game. And so you are each going to draw another contestant on the stage and write the words "good game" underneath. So let's see, how are we going to do this so that it is equitable in terms of distance from one another? So Landon, I want you to draw Scarlett. Scarlett, I want you to draw Riley. Riley, I want you to draw Landon. Landon has the best vision in the room by my reckoning. So, okay, how long is a fair amount of time to do Good Game? A long enough time? How much time would you like? Details.
How much time do we have left for the rest of the game?
We have 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes sounds good. Do you agree, audience, or do you think that they're being wimpy? No. All right. 5 minutes on the clock. Ready, set, go. Oh.
Sorry.
Let's see how they all congratulate one another after a fierce day of competing. And it's always extra fun when you're trying to capture a likeness of somebody that you know really well. Somebody that you've known for long enough that you take their features for granted, and you have to see them anew and fresh. And what's also on the line? Well, let's see what's on the line. Landon, I wonder what's going through your head as you're trying to capture this image.
You know what? Allow me to collect my thoughts while I finish this god-awful hand. I think Scarlett did very, very well today, and you know, I really want to capture her both awesomeness and beauty.
Wow. So, like inner and outer beauty all at the same time?
Inner and outer beauty.
Now, how can you do that with art? I mean, it's just images after all. This is just like a trivial, frivolous thing that we do because we love it. It can't possibly capture something as profound as that, can it?
Oh, I wholeheartedly disagree. Art, you know the saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words?
I've heard that, yes.
Yeah, art is basically putting all of those words that you feel onto a piece of, well, whatever medium that you choose. It could be painting, it could be paper, it could be in front of a live audience as a game show for some guy who breaks the game. At the end of the day, it's art.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I appreciate the profundity of what you shared and the passive aggression. So let's look at what Riley's doing. Riley, what's happening in your head as you're doing this? Or is it just like a background hum of bees?
I'm just trying to like look at details and facial features and try and break them down into shapes that I can comprehend.
Wow, it's almost like you learned that in art class or something.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Diedrich and Mrs. Moyer.
Oh, high fives to the teachers. That's always good. Okay, finally, we'll check in with Scarlett. Scarlett, I'm curious if you can tell me an image of what happens in your brain when you start to chart out a drawing like this.
I usually start thinking of a pose I want to put the person in, because that's how I get like ideas and concrete things for what I think should be going on in the drawing, and then I image it out in my head, and then I just draw.
And then you start making marks. So the pose, I'm wondering, like, what about the pose that you're trying to capture about their personality?
Well, Riley I know is she's very sweet. Every time we've had like discussions about stuff, like the other day we were talking about how finding makeup foundation of our skin tone is very annoying. And she's just very sweet and honest, and I wanted to capture how sweet she was.
So you have the hands pulled in making the heart symbol with her hands, as if to say, like, look at, like, this is not an aggressive pose. This is an aggressive pose. This is not an aggressive pose, right? This is like, I'm sweet and I have nothing, you have nothing to fear from me. Okay, artists, you currently have 1.5 minutes. Don't forget, you need to include the words good game someplace, whether it is a line of dialogue or whether it is a logo underneath them. And if it's a logo, is it going to be a design font? Is it going to be like Helvetica? Is it going to be Babas Noya? Is it going to be Bodoni? Could be Hobo. That's a perfectly legitimate font to use in design projects. It's very retro. 60 seconds remaining, everybody. Now check out how Riley's incorporating the good game into the swish of the hair. Yeah, it's almost like you can see the wag of the head saying good game. And that's one of the things I think is really interesting about illustration in general, is like you can capture motion with a static image that implies motion. Show of applause. Who thinks they made it look easy today? Who thinks this looked like really easy the way they did it? Riley, was it easy? No. I hope you heard the premature aging that was in that voice as you shared that. Here we go. All right, round of applause for our artists. Okay, let's check in with each of them really briefly, and then I'm going to award the final points to see who wins this game and who destroys their enemies. All right, so Landon,
What did I do?
tell me about your piece.
I went for more like a stylized, cartoonified version of Scarlett, just because every time that I've met her, she's had like a cartoonish amount of energy. It's just so much, all at once, and I love it. I'm here for every little bit of it. So cartoon, thumbs up, good game, Scarlett. Tried to do my most beautiful handwriting for your name, because that's what you are. You are beautiful.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, let's go for this. How do we feel about it? A little extra juice coming in the final round for Landon. Okay, Riley, tell me about your piece.
I tried to get it realistic, and it's, he's deep in his work. He does so much stuff for the school, and he's always really focused and does a lot that is very, that's just like very on point, and it's always really great work, so I just wanted to kind of capture he's drawing.
Another thing that I read in your piece is that he's looking westward, right? And that makes me think of like Tolkien. And like thinking about the West and like going into the future, right? This is the future-facing fella right here with the hair swishing around saying good game. So
He's graduating next year, so looking onwards.
oh wow, you captured it. Nicely done, Riley. All right, round of applause for Riley. And finally, let's talk with Scarlett. Tell us about your piece. Give us like the artist statement and or description of what you did.
Riley, I think she has such a unique style, and like I kind of wanted to be a little different than like a cartoon, so it's kind of more in like a manga style. But I really love her style, and she's always been so sweet and nice, and she's so talented at art. Like I see her pieces, and I'm like, I could never do that, and she's just so good at art that it makes me like want to be better.
So she's inspiring.
Very.
Oh wow. Okay, a round of applause for Scarlett. Okay, so it's final point allocation time. So Landon, I mean, gosh, that was working in cartoon, always wins points for me. I'm going to award you 5 points for that, bringing your total to 15. And Riley, I loved a little bit that I inferred from it about looking westward and looking forward, so I'm going to give you 3 points for that. And Scarlett, I'm going to give you 4 points because you called Riley inspiring. That brings you all up to 15 points. It looks like we got a tie game. So everybody's a winner. A round of applause for our artists. Thank you all for coming and participating in Super Comics Challenge. My name is Jerzy Drozd. I'm going to be out in the concourse there doing free sketches for people. And also, you should definitely avail yourselves of these 3 young artists. Come up and ask them about their work and their process. And yeah, and thanks to Ashland High School for having me here and the Ohio Arts Council for making this possible.
We want to thank Jerzy also for coming in and presenting this very unique way of teaching. And it's awesome, and again, he's available in the lobby for another till about 4 o'clock, and he'd love to talk to you again. Thank you from Ashland High School.
Oh, thank you. All right, that concludes the game. Did you want to get a picture of the 3 of them with their pieces? That might be a good thing to do. Here.